All right, Miss Carla. Well, thank you so much for joining me today for this franchisee interview. I so appreciate your time. So let's go ahead and get started. Why don't you share where your location is, how many territories you own, and how long you've been an owner with Right at Home?
Okay, I'm an old timer, let me tell you. So in 2001, my sister and I bought the Wichita, Kansas franchise. And we were the second franchise. And next month, we celebrate our 24th year. So we're proud of that. So we have the Wichita territory, and then my nephew and both my sisters, we have the Edmond, Oklahoma, Stillwater, and Norman, Oklahoma territories. So in Kansas, one, but in Oklahoma, three.
Oh, I love that. And it's a family affair. How wonderful.
Definitely,
And
definitely.
congratulations on 24 years. That's just
Thank you.
amazing. So,
We started when we were 12.
goodness. Well, I can't wait to hear more. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your background before joining Right at Home?
Okay. I'm one of these people that sticks at a place forever and ever. So I worked at St. Francis Hospital and I was a manager of an x-ray department.
Mhm.
And I was there for 22 years. And then my sister, who lives up in Omaha, they had used Right at Home for her in-laws. And then when our grandmother needed help at home, Jackie said, "You know what? We need to open a Right at Home down there in Wichita." And that's how it all started.
Wow. So, in thinking about that process, right, to
Uh-huh.
first of all utilize our services and then thinking through that process of maybe we need to do this on our own, why Right at Home?
Um, they knew Alan Hager. Um, they were familiar with him. They were in oh stock clubs and stuff like that with him. And they were just really impressed with him. And they said, he wouldn't start just a fly by night company. He
Mm,
thinks everything through. And every time you ask him a question, he has an answer for it. And he just is very, with his experience as a hospital administrator and seeing that this um, section was being left out of people getting care. And so when he started it, we just thought, if anything, we're going to go with somebody we know and trust.
I love that. Okay, thank you. And being that you are tenured, why don't you talk about a typical working day and maybe even compare it to when you first started and how it's
Oh,
different now?
well, when we first started, of course, you get out of it what you put in it.
Mm.
So we were working long hours. I did assessments if they wanted it at 7 o'clock at night. We did assessments. And this was 24 years ago. So people weren't used to home care. It was either home health or assisted living. So we had to really educate the public on the difference between home care and home health care. And so it was, yeah, quite an education that we had to give out there. But we worked long hours. Everything was paper time cards would come in, and we do billing and the payroll and everything off those paper time cards. So the technology now has just simplified it so much. It's wonderful. And through the years, through the 23 years, 24 years, we've had several software systems, and corporate has been very good about testing them out before they have you bring everything over. And what we have now is just 120% better than what we had when we first started, and it was all paper. So
All
it's
right.
come a long way.
Well, and so that really segues into my next question for you. When you think of the support that Right at Home does provide, which part do you feel is the most valuable?
If I, even to this day, as old as we are, to this day, that if we do have a question, you have a person that you can go to and almost immediately, get an email back, and if they don't know the answer, they can move you on to another support system. So I like the fact that you're just an email away or a phone call away from getting the support that you need.
Mm, okay, thank you. And, in thinking about your experiences throughout the years, um, I want you to think about maybe a story or a feel good moment, if you will, where you knew that you really made an impact. And if you would, go ahead and share with us what that moment or story was.
Oh, you got me on that because I have a lot of stories, but I will just say the friendships that the caregivers and the clients, the bonding that they get with the family. I mean, we truly become like part of the family, and that is everything. Or if a client doesn't have anyone, I mean, they will come to our employee Christmas parties because they feel like we are so much a family to them.
Mhm.
So that we really enjoy is when we see that the clients enjoy coming to us.
I love that. And, I think going back to what you said about Alan earlier and you aligning with the fact that you want to go into a business based off of someone that you trust. And it sounds like you're doing that same um, piece in your business, if you will. So I
Yes.
love that. And it sounds like you have a lot of great relationships. So
Yeah.
congratulations on that. So, in thinking about owners, or excuse me, potential owners who are looking at right at home, um, what would be one piece of advice that you could give them?
I would say the best advice is stick to the program. Because throughout the years, I have seen so many owners. They would go, "Oh man, if we would do this and add this to it, it
Mhm.
would enhance it so much." And then they add it and it doesn't work out. Or I just say, right at home has the plan, and it's a known plan that works. And so learn the plan, stick with it, and don't try to go outside and find other softwares or something like that to make your life
Mhm.
easier. Stick to the plan, it's known, it works, and you'll be successful.
Awesome. So trust the process, it works.
Exactly, exactly.
All right, wonderful. Well, I have so appreciated my time with you today, Carla, and
Thank
we do
you.
value you. We appreciate all you do every day to impact the quality of life for those that you serve.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely.